Laker Nation? What's going on, Laker Nation? How about this game tonight? Huh? How we looking out there tonight? Huh? Listen, I have entered the health and safety protocol. I have entered the health and safety protocol as a Lakers fan, watching the Lakers from thousands and thousands of miles away. You wouldn't believe it. The NBA called me, Adam Silver himself, called me and said, Derek James, you have been entered into the health and safety protocol. I said, well, Mr. Adam, why? He said, because you've been watching too many Lakers games, and almost all of the Lakers is into the health and safety protocol. Laker Nation, what is going on? I am so ecstatic about this win tonight. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Because all season long, we've been dealing with so much, so many struggles. And we played the Dallas Mavericks tonight on their home court without Luka, of course. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. But the Lakers came out, and with little to no effort, we still beat the Mavericks. Can you believe it? Huh? And of course, you know the game went into overtime. You know our game's going to overtime. Huh? Of course, we lost a good lead again. You knew that. I mean, you knew it. Even without watching the Lakers game, you're like, listen, this is how the Lakers game gonna go. At some point in the game, they're gonna get a lead. It's gonna be a nice, substantial lead. 12, 14, 16 points. They're gonna lose that lead, so don't get impressed yet. Okay? They're going to go all the way down to the wire, and in the third quarter, they're going to have a great third quarter. In the fourth quarter, they're going to let off some of the gas and give you just enough to win or just enough to go into overtime. Even without watching the game. Tell me that hasn't been our whole season. Right? But there's one thing that's been missing, and you know I'm going to tell you about it. And that's King James. You need a closer. You need a leader that's going to steer that ship. I said it in the last episode. Okay? And he is back. So really, we can kind of let up off the stress. Let up off the tension when we're watching these games a little bit. Because the king is back. And that's all coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. So Laker Nation, what did y'all think? Huh? What'd you like about the game? There was a lot I liked about this game. And there was some I still didn't. What was incredible, though, I'll tell you, is that Mr. Franklin Vogel didn't let me down today. And I thought he would. Now, just between me and y'all, the 10 of y'all, I've upgraded, actually. I've upgraded. I got 10 views the other day on multiple videos. I'm making a small yet steady impact. But Laker Nation, between me and y'all, the 10 of y'all, I said, Vogel, if you don't take this rookie out this game, and then I seen the stat for what he's been doing tonight. And it said he was 4 for 4 from three-point line. I said, oh my God. What have I been doing? How did I miss all those threes that he made? Now I seen him make one, but he was 4 for 4? Like Wendy's? Austin Reeves, I call him the Rook. Because until you prove yourself, you are called the Rook by me. Don't matter what team. If I like you, don't like you, whatever. You are the Rook. And the Rook had an outstanding game tonight. And it was outstanding not because he was 4 for 4 from the field, from the three-point line. He actually ended the game, I think he was 5 for 6 from 3. But not because he was 5 for 6 from 3, but he was moving his feet. He was standing in front of his man. But his game was outstanding because there's something in basketball that's called when your number is called, you need to respond. And you need to answer. And the Rook tonight had to answer. Listen, I'm going to show this last play. You see what I mean? The Rook answered. It was incredible. I couldn't believe it. I said, not the Rook. All those superstars and all this talent in this game, y'all trust the Rook? Okay, y'all trust the Rook. Good job trusting the Rook. And I started to really go, I was about to go in, my thumbs was ready to go in on Twitter and say, Frank Vogel, I don't know what you're doing, bro, but Avery Bradley needs to be in this game, not the Rook. And sure enough, Vogel knew better than me tonight. So I'll take my coaching hat off, let him wear his tonight, because he left the Rook in the game. And the Rook definitely showed up in this game. Because you passed it to Avery Bradley, I don't know if that shot's going in. And although Avery Bradley has been incredible this year, and this is around the time when he peaks and when he really steps up, and he has been stepping up. But I don't know. You know, although Braun was missing the last 6 of his threes, I still would have trusted Braun with that shot. But they stacked up against him. He passed to Wayne for him to shoot because Wayne was hitting too. And then Wayne passed to Russ, and I said, oh, no. Oh, no. And I said, just drive. Just drive. And Russ drew 2 defenders, maybe even 3. I got to look at the play again. And then he dished out to the Rook. And the Rook was wide open, and he got fouled. The refs didn't see that, though. They said, this is not going no more time in the overtime. Yeah, he got fouled, but we are dismissing that, and we are going to the locker room. Everybody, let's go. Game over. And the Rook knocked it down. Probably one of the biggest shots of his career. It was incredible. And right before that play, Russ knocked down a 3. And Russ got the ball in the corner, and he thought exactly what I thought. You should drive. And he started to drive, and then he pulled back out and shot a 3. And I said, oh, no. No, you should have drove. I text my Pops. I said, Pops, I was yelling at the screen, drive, drive, drive. And he didn't drive. He sat back and shot the 3, and it went in. He put it in. I was like, oh my gosh, man. Russell Westbrook. First 3 of the game. And I don't know about y'all, but Russell Westbrook was outstanding tonight. And it's funny because right before that, Russell Westbrook was trending on Twitter. Trade Russell Westbrook. Ben Simmons. Trade Russell Westbrook. Ben Simmons, trending. And although I like Ben Simmons, I love me some Brody. I love the attitude. I love the grit. I love the hustle. But Brody was trending on Twitter to be traded. And he must have seen it, must have heard it, must have felt the pressure on his back. And he came out in that first quarter, scored 8 points. Yeah, Brody came out scorching in this game. I was like, my goodness. But AD didn't. AD came out in the first half and scored 5 points. No, I think he had 8 going into the half. I don't know what's going on with AD still. Does anybody know? Somebody close to him. Please get word to the community so we can know what's going on with AD. So we know whether or not to give him a pass or not. Has anybody seen AD this season? Huh? Let me show you some clips of old AD. You see what I mean? That's not the AD we seeing out there. In these past several games to start this season, have y'all seen that AD? Tell me what happened to AD, man. It's disturbing. It's very concerning. And although he scored 20 points tonight, it was a great team win. And LeBron hit it right on the head when he said, the more we log minutes, the more we play with each other, the more we figure out each other's game, the better we gonna be. The steering wheel. All we needed was the steering wheel. We have won 3 in a row. Don't matter to who. Don't matter who they was without. They didn't have Luka. Okay. We down like 6 players. Health and safety protocol, for crying out loud. Genie Bus, Magic, all of them. All of them in hell. Goodness gracious. But I don't know what's going on with AD. It's just so painful to watch him go through this. There's never been this many games where I haven't seen him step up and produce and be AD. You know what I mean? It's disturbing a little bit. But the King James, Mr. King James, they didn't try and kick him out. They didn't try and say he had COVID this time. They let him fly to Dallas. Uh-oh. Big mistake. Because with the king on the floor, the king is going to right the ship. And although it has not been righted 100%, it's been righted just enough. And just enough is all we need to get by through some of these teams. Just enough. I tell you, I can't wait for Kendrick Nunn to come back. I can't wait for Trevor Ariza to see Trevor Ariza. I mean, what is going on with their injuries? Feels like they've been out. Are they even a part of the team? What happened? What did they do? I need to see the clip. How they got injured. Because this has been way too long. LeBron James, the start of this season, has injured almost every part of his body, and he is still back in the rotation. And this man is 37 years old. He has hurt everything. And he is back within 2 days. Tell me, what did they hurt, man? Goodness. But anyways, it was a great win. It was a great win. Do I need to go to the box score? I think I do. Let me go to my box score. Y'all know I love my box score. So let's check it out. They got Isaiah Thomas in the G League now. Scored 42 points. Oh, he's scored 42 points. He belonged in the NBA. We need to pick up Isaiah Thomas. What's going on? Why is he in the G League? Sorry. So we won in OT. Wayne Ellington hit a big shot. And I would like to thank Kleber and Porzingis for fighting over that ball to get the ball to Wayne Ellington. Because if one of them would said, mine, I got it, team, or something, we would have been walking out of that stadium losers. We would have been walking out losers. So thank them. Thank Porzingis. And thank Kleber for fighting over that ball, that rebound. They got the ball into the corner to Wayne Ellington. But listen, LeBron James had a great night. He played 42 minutes. He scored 24 points. He had only 3 rebounds. He only had 5 assists. He had 1 steal. He was 9 for 19 from the field. That's 47.4%. And he was 4 for 9 from 3. That's 44.4%. He was knocking them down early. They just came later. Those misses came later. He was tired. Ain't nobody had no Gatorade over there. And he was 2 for 3 from the free throw line. That's 66.7%. Anthony Davis played 39 minutes, scored 20 points. He had 12 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 8 for 18 from the field. That's 44.4%. He was 0 for 3 from 3. That's 0.0%. Now, Anthony Davis, I'm going to tell you, bro, we giving you a pass, man. Okay? We are giving you pass after pass after pass. But if you come to find this podcast, I want to tell you something, bro. While we giving you a pass, if we gonna give you a pass, okay, do not take advantage and keep your big ass out there shooting those threes. Okay? Help us out. We know, like you know, you gonna miss those 3-point shots. Okay? So stop shooting them. Okay? Until you can make about 20 jump shots in a row. Russell Westbrook played 42 minutes, scored 23 points. He had 10 rebounds, 9 assists. I mean, tell me who? Trade who? Tell me, trade who? He was 8 for 18 from the field. That's 44.4%. He was 1 for 4 from 3. That's 25%. But only one matters. The one he made matters more than his misses. The one he made. Because the one he made was clutch. The one he made was what we needed. Don't be so quick to write off these players. Don't be so quick to jump the gun and talk about how bad or how many turnovers or how many. You do get a lot of turnovers. But don't be so quick to jump and trade somebody. Who you trade for who? Who is left? Okay? Lakers. Calm down. Laker Nation. The fans. Especially Twitter. Calm down. Okay? We gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Wayne Ellington played 37 minutes. He scored 9 points. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Trade who? Bench who? Wayne Ellington was incredible. He was 3 for 9 from the field. That's 33.3%. He was 3 for 9 from 3. That's 33.3%. Listen. Oh, sorry. He only made 3s. He was 3 for 9 from 3. Listen. He was 44%, but he still made the shot that got us there, that gave us another opportunity to put this team away. Avery Bradley started. He played 23 minutes, scored 5 points. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was 2 for 6 from the field. That's 33.3%. He was 1 for 5 from 3. That's 20%. We all had an off shooting night, except LeBron. LeBron didn't have an off shooting night until he started hoisting up 3s in the 4th quarter. Bro, you tired. You ain't had no Gatorade, no Powerade, nothing. Sit your ass down. The Rook. Sorry, Grandma. The Rook played 30. The Rook played 32 minutes, scored 15 points. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was 5 for 6 from three-point range. It's 83.3%. He was incredible. Carmelo Anthony played 23 minutes, scored 9 points. He had 4 rebounds, 1 block. He was 3 for 8 from the field. That's 37.5%. He was 1 for 2 from 3. That's 50%. He had an all right night. Bazemore played 15 minutes, scored 0.0 rebounds. Kent Bazemore, bro, I'm glad to see you out on the floor, bro. You and those baby dreads, I'm glad to see you. Okay? He played 15 minutes, scored 0 points. He had 0 rebounds, 1 assist. Kent Bazemore was out there just helping out. Listen, we are down bodies. DeAndre Jordan played 8 minutes, scored 2 points. He had 4 rebounds. And that's where it ends. We are down Trevor Ariza, Rondo, THT, Dwight Howard, Malik Monk, and Kendrick Nunn. And you telling me they are down Luka? We are down almost. If I just carry my one. We are down like 7 great players. Come on, man. Put it in perspective. We are hurting too. They don't talk about that, though. They just talk about how bad the Lakers been. Because they see the big names like AD, like LeBron, like Brody. And they say we shouldn't be losing. But have you ever tried to put a puzzle together without the corner piece? You searching everywhere? Where is that corner piece? I know what goes here. But I just ain't seen it. That's the Lakers right now. When Rob Pelinka and the geniuses put this team together, the pieces fit. The pieces worked. We are without a lot of pieces. So that's why it looks so strange. That's why it looks off most of the time. Because those pieces don't work without those corner pieces and those filler pieces. The piece right there in the middle with like 4 things on. You understand? But there's one person that you don't need. It's like a multi-piece. It's like a multi-piece to the puzzle. You know what I mean? Whatever piece you need, that's him. And that's LeBron James. Okay? Don't matter if the corner piece, the middle piece, the top piece. LeBron James fits in that puzzle. You know what I'm saying? He fits in there. So that's what we've been missing. Him in and out of the lineup. Because they rely too much on this man. You have to. Because he's still great. Did y'all see? Let me show you this clip. Year 19. This man is about to be 37. Listen, he's growing a whole bald spot back there. Just empty. You know, he's getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you this clip again. This man, listen, he was kissing the backboard. His whole arm was almost touching the top of the backboard. Year 19, 37 years old. Jesus. How did LeBron get all of this? You know what I'm saying? Not only is he great at basketball, listen, his legs, he got rockets for legs. This man got everything from the Jesus pool. You hear me? Woo. But LeBron James is the multi-piece. He fits there. He does what needs to be done. He does what he needs to do to get his team to a victory. Without being selfish, without taking the last shot, without being Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the criticism comes from. You see something that great. You see somebody doing so many different things throughout the game. Right? You see it. And then when it comes to the last part of the game, he dishes it off. Not because he's not clutch. Because he knows what the best play is. He sees what the best play is. He's seen what you were going to do 2 plays before you did it. Jason Kidd alluded to that. And Jason Kidd's vision, I don't know if y'all ever seen Jason Kidd play. You might be too young. But Jason Kidd was incredible on the floor.
Played well.
Just seeing his work ethic, man, and just picking his brain, man. I mean, he's one of the smartest guys. Obviously, when you go against him, you know how smart he is, and then when you actually play with him, you're like, wow, that's great.
You talk about vision, court vision. And he gave LeBron James one of the greatest compliments from another point guard as great as him to another point guard. And that's what he does. That's what LeBron James, and that's where the criticism comes from. Because you see somebody doing those things, it's like watching an action movie. Let me close it up. It's like watching an action movie, right? And Denzel is going through the whole fighting movie, and he's killing this dude, and he's killing that dude, and you like, wow, this dude is really going off. And it gets down to the final action scene. In the final action scene, you want to see Denzel against the baddest bad guy on that side of town. And Denzel goes up against the baddest bad guy that side of town, and they're about to fight, and you see it, and you're getting all excited, and then somebody just comes through and cuts the bad guy's head off. Before you can see Denzel fight the baddest big guy in the town. That's what it's like. He's robbing us from that great ending. So I know, I understand what y'all feel. But don't take away from his greatness throughout the whole part of the game. Assist is a part of basketball. Don't you know basketball is not won from hogging the ball and taking the last shot every game? LeBron James has been playing basketball the right way, the way our fathers taught us, probably the way Skip Bayless was taught as well. He's been playing basketball the right way his whole career. And he is one of the black kids from the ghetto that didn't follow the Jordan-esque role. You know what I'm saying? Allen Iverson, John Starks, you name them. John Moran, Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrook. There's a whole lot of them out there that followed Jordan's path. I gotta be a killer like Jordan. I gotta do everything like Jordan. Because, see, what we see is not what was going on back then. Jordan had a lot of help from Scottie Pippen, from Dennis Rodman, from Ron Harper, from Kukoc, from Steve Kerr, from B.J. Armstrong, from Horace Grant. Listen, Michael Jordan didn't win all those rings by himself. Are you kidding me? Michael Jordan didn't start winning until Scottie Pippen. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. It takes a team. And LeBron knows that more than anybody. It takes a team to win. And that's why certain times of the game you see LeBron don't take over. And I get mad. Bron, just take this game over. You can do this every play, dog. Just run down the hole on him. But you know why he don't? It's the same reason he's doing all of this in year 19. Y'all don't get it yet. Y'all don't get it. The reason why he takes plays off and still wins ball games and still has 4 rings. Y'all don't get it yet. Because he's in year 19 still doing this. He's the epitome of think smarter, don't play harder. He's the epitome. He's been doing it his whole career. You know what I'm saying? That's LeBron James. How do I keep on ending up on LeBron James segments and hot takes every single podcast? Because ever since he's been back, we've been winning back-to-back games. We are on a 3-game winning streak, Laker Nation. I hope y'all are in the streets talking cash money. Okay? We get like Cowboys fans out there. We win a game. We think we going to the to the Super Bowl. All it takes is a game. But Laker Nation, we have been improving and progressing, and that's what I'm saying. That's all I want to see is the progression. Now if we can just get AD there. We got to get him some Gatorade or Powerade or something. We got to get something new for AD. I don't even know if that's going to work for AD. You know how long that drink is going to take to get down to his stomach? This man is 9 feet tall. Stop me, man. Stop me. Laker Nation, we had a great game tonight. Who we got coming up next? They say we got the hardest schedule, which is good. Because that's what it's going to take to get us there. We play the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday, ESPN, 10 p.m. Where is this hard schedule at? We got the Bulls. We got Phoenix. We got the San Antonio Spurs. We got the Nets. I think they're putting too much stock in these teams. We got the Rockets. We got the Grizzlies. We got Portland. Tell me, where's this hard schedule? This ain't a hard schedule compared to the guys we got, and we still missing pieces. That's all cap, man. It's all cap. Grandma, cap means they're lying. That's cap, Grandma. We don't have the hardest. I mean, we play some all right teams for the next few weeks. I don't get it. They acting like we trash, like we got the hardest schedule, like we a trash team. We've had players hurt, players in and out. No chemistry, brand new team. You know what I'm saying? Give us time, bro. We are in 6th place with all of the losses that we have mounted up to. And all of the losses is, we've lost 13 games. You know how many LeBron James has missed? 12. You know how many games LeBron James has missed this year? 12, ladies and gentlemen. And we've lost 13. You get it? So we are going to be all right. But we are right behind the Clippers. They are 16-12. They are playing, who are they playing? The Utah Jazz, and they are down by 6 right now to the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz look good. They're 19-7. They ain't going to do much. But anyway, Laker Nation, y'all have been a beautiful crowd, and I have been a beautiful host. Wait a minute. I forgot to talk about something. I get so emotional and caught up in LeBron James and his greatness. This is year 19. Let me show this clip again. Year 19. But Laker Nation, y'all have been a beautiful crowd, and I have been a beautiful host. Wait a minute. I forgot. Let's go into the post-game shits.
Just hit that big three and then get the ball closing out. It drove into the lane. Like, I wondered at what point you saw Austin, like at what point you decided to make the pass instead of take a floater or something like that. Can you just take us through that last sequence?
Just make the right play. Understand what I'm able to do. When the game is on the line, and my job is to make the right read regardless of who it was, and happened to be Austin right there. Driving kick, been talking about it all game and making an extra pass, and Austin just made a big shot. He's been making them all game, and that was a big shot, obviously, for us to go home with the win.
You were one of the first guys to go over and kind of jump on him and give him a hug. Just what kind of joy did you sense from that moment, and just knowing a little bit about his story, and how did you take it?
Oh man, it's amazing, especially for him. And I've been, Austin obviously played at OU, so I've kind of been watching him a little bit, from a distance, and to see him, all his work come to life. And in one moment, I know he's filled with joy, and then my job is to just make sure to keep uplifting him, regardless of what's going on. And everybody did that, jumped on him, made him feel good about himself and what he was doing, and it was a good moment for him.
Just any moments that you could share, like about his reaction or coming in the locker room?
Even when we get on him, and during the game, he's right there accepting the criticism, accepting the help and applying it on the floor. And great pass by Russ, big shot by Austin. Didn't even hit the net, so he was shot for him.
Hey guys, obviously there's a ton to talk about in the last 24 hours, but to stay with the game, prior to some of those shots you mentioned, there are some pretty bad misses down the stretch. Wayne had an air ball that he short arm.
Is that what you said?
Pretty much. And Wayne obviously, hits a huge shot. Austin hits a huge shot. What was the mood like after that game, considering kind of the 24 hours that you guys have had, with protocols, with obviously an emotional game out on the court too?
First of all, on the shots on the court, guys put in a lot of hard work on their shooting abilities and things. So at the end of the day, you live with the results. And Wayne had two great looks, and he missed both of them. And after my miss, AD was able to get the offensive rebound and kind of kicked it out. He kind of juggled it, and Wayne picked it back up and just trusted his work. Same with Russ. Russ shoots a bunch of shots in practice and workouts and things of that nature. And he airballed one, and he came right back when the game was on the line once again, and he knocked it down. So these guys just trusting the work that they put into it. And then as far as last 24 hours, we're just kind of living in the moment right now. We know it's been a lot going on, but ultimately we're just living in the moment. And extremely proud and excited for AR-15 and what he was able to accomplish tonight.
I got one for both of you. LeBron, on tonight's game, you guys are, I think, 5-1 now in overtime games, and first 30 games this season maybe hasn't gone exactly the way you would have hoped it would, but that number, how can that benefit this team moving forward, how you performed in close games like that?
It hasn't gone as everyone else has hoped it would. It's gone as how it's gone. I mean, you go out and you play the game, and you want to be better. What I mean definitely.
Because Spectrum can't.
I already talked to him. And you want to be better. Every single day. We want to continue to work our habits, to continue to do what we got to do to be great every night. And so we are who we are as a team. We had a lot of injuries, a lot of mixed lineups. Obviously guys in protocol, false protocols, things of that nature. So we are where we are as a team right now, and we like where we're headed.
That's all right. The knee, how are you feeling? Like, what was this last week or so been like for you?
He feels fine. Trying to, get the soreness out. We ready to play. But it's fine. Some treatment, a little rehab, and I was ready to go tonight.
Do you feel like it's behind you?
Yes. Yep.
Since you held the mic, did it take you a while to get into the team tonight? It's like second half, you started going pretty good. Overtime, you started getting better.
No, just adjusting to their defensive schemes against me. They were doubling every time I caught the ball, on a post. And, when we threw a little pocket pass, another defender was right there in my lap so I couldn't get the shot. But it just, just figuring out their schemes, throughout the course of the game, figure out ways to beat them, to get shots. And, talking with Brian Russ, and Doe just figuring out ways, Melo figuring out ways to give me the ball on the move and get some good looks. I was able to get that, in the third quarter, get going, and then, overtime, made some shots. But, just trying to figure out, their scheme. I mean, obviously we, know Jay Kidd, and what he likes to do. So, he's going to throw some stuff at us. And, we were able to defeat it and look at all the reads that we had on the offensive end and pick them apart.
LeBron, you and AD, of course, were #1 overall picks, and I'm sure you had a certain idea coming to the league. Just when you see a moment like that for Austin, like undrafted and just kind of different circumstances, is there anything about that for somebody that has a moment like that maybe they dreamed about but wasn't necessarily expected by everybody else?
That's the thing about it is we don't go around and playing the game or doing what we do. And try to get someone else's expectations of us. People are going to write their stories. People are going to talk about what we need to do on the floor, things of that nature. We, as a group, that's all that matters. How we collectively carry each other, how we collectively hold each other accountable, and how we continue to celebrate each other when one has a moment. And that's what it's about. So, we don't. It's not about what other people expect out of us. It's what we expect out of ourselves and the 15, 17, whatever guys we have in our locker room.
So, Laker Nation, on to the next. On to the next. My name is Derek James, and y'all been tuned in to the Film Room Podcast. Listen, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe. Come holla at your boy. If you rock with the Lakers, you're a Lakers fan, LeBron fan, wherever you are, tell them about the Film Room Podcast. And I'm out this bit.